Yes, welcome to another episode of Mrs. Z and Fifth with your host, Zacchaeus in the Fifth General. What up, Zacchaeus? All right. We got something good today. It's been a while. Shout outs to everyone who's been rocking with us.
Yes, for sure. Yeah.
Shout outs to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Shout outs for everyone who tuned into Fifth at Night.
Yes.
Outstanding premiere, man.
Yeah, the first one.
Outstanding premiere. And we're gonna reconvene every week, Fifth at Night, Mondays on the Fifth General TV YouTube, man.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mondays, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 Central.
7 Central, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. So we just gonna.
Yeah. Go ahead, Zacchaeus. My bad.
We gonna be talking about Ashlee Jenae. That's her name, right? Ashlee Jenae.
Yeah. The couple. Man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people say that there was some foul play going on. Like, how does someone, how does that happen?
Yeah. Yeah.
How does that happen?
Yeah.
And we'll get into it for more context. We'll just get started to it. We're gonna talk about a couple things today. All right.
Yeah.
Let's just play it. Let's just play it and respond.
Reporting live from Irish Club in Atlanta, Fight Plus News, I'm Janaba. Across social media, a story is causing a large amount of debate after a black micro-influencer who went by Ashlee Jenae will be reportedly found dead while traveling in Africa with her new white fiancé. The story, according to several outlets, begins just last week after Jenae, whose real name is Ashley Robinson, will be proposed to by her boyfriend, Joe McCann. The moment, which was captured online during the couple's trip to Africa, would highlight a very special time for Ashlee, as she was also celebrating her 31st birthday. Now, according to reports online and Robinson's family, during the couple's stay in Zanzibar, Tanzania, Robinson would end up being found unconscious at her luxury resort. She was later rushed to the hospital and confirmed dead hours later. Now, her passing would unsurprisingly cause many to question her new fiancé. However, according to those same reports, he would go on to suggest that her death was a suicide. On Sunday, Ashlee's father, Harry Robinson, would release a statement which would raise more questions about his daughter's suspicious passing. Ashlee Robinson was on what should have been one of the happiest trips of her life, a birthday celebration in Zanzibar, Africa. Ashlee's birthday was April 5th. She just turned 31. Surrounded by beauty, love, and wildlife, she became engaged during a safari. An unforgettable moment that marked the start of a future she was so excited to build. She and her fiancé, Joe McCann, were staying in a luxury villa at the Ziri, Zanzibar, continuing what we believe was her dream trip. But just days later, the dream turned into our family's worst nightmare. Ashlee was found unconscious in her villa and was rushed to a local hospital, where her death was confirmed hours later. Nothing about this loss feels real. One moment she was celebrating love and life in truly Ashlee fashion, and the next she was gone. The suddenness, the unanswered questions, and the distance from home has made this tragedy even more overwhelming for our family. At this time, there is an active investigation into circumstances surrounding Ashlee's suspicious passing. Although we have many questions, we are placing our trust in the officials in Zanzibar and are working closely with them as we seek clarity and answers. Ashlee was deeply loved. She was vibrant, full of life, and has so much ahead of her. Our family is completely devastated, and we appreciate the prayers and compassion we have received as we navigate this unimaginable loss. We respectfully ask that any information not directly provided by our family be treated as unverified and not considered factual at this time. Now, despite the questions now being raised around her passing, it appears that Ashlee's preference to be in an interracial relationship with a white man has taken the front seat, as many have went on to begin criticizing her for it. Some would even suggest that her social media focus appears to position herself as an advocate in getting a soft life by dating outside of black men. Now, a part of the users picking her social media apart, some have now discovered a direct tweet in which Robinson would publicly diss black men. Back in 2024, she would say, "Every day black men wake up and find new ways to embarrass us." The original post that she was responding to that read tutorial class for understanding boyfriends, video with the post has been removed, but from the looks of some of the still attached comments, would show several men performing cunnilingus. Now, according to other users online, there were other questionable posts made by Ashlee, including a reshare on her Instagram account of a think piece on dating black men. In the comment section, she would write, "Beautifully written," in support of it. Now, as mentioned, many have gone on to call out the late influencer's past comments for apparently thinking that her being with a white man was a better decision. Her Instagram/Twitter is full of anti-black women, black men relationships, and persuading black women to join the wave. On X, the discourse would continue, as one woman would push back on the criticism. "This not a gag for black men. I can pull up a black man that murdered a black woman with ease." While another woman would write, "I hate when certain topics reach this app. When this girl was a bottle girl dating a rapper/drug dealer and stressed the F out, no one had anything to say. If she had lost her life to any other race, would it have made it better or worse?"
I'm noticing that black men only speak on black women getting murdered when it's a white man doing it. Y'all kill us every day. Black women get strangled, stabbed, shot. But when it's a white man do it, that's when you say something. Then they're going to say she was throwing shade at black men. She never threw any shade at black men. All her caption said was, "Soft life this, soft life that." And y'all are making fun of a dead woman. Is it because black women rejected you in high school or some shit? Like, I know better to not make fun of the dead. But I guess some of y'all wasn't raised right.
As of now, more details have yet to be revealed surrounding her passing. However, many continue to question her fiance's involvement. From the looks of Ashlee's post, she and McCann have been dating for a little over a year before her sudden passing. Let's talk about it more in the comments below. What's your takeaway from this story? And we'll keep you posted as more develops. And for more news, be sure to subscribe here to our YouTube channel and follow Hype Plus across all social media. If you enjoyed this story, head over to hypersclub.com to get a membership to watch full interviews and more original content. Reporting live from Hypers Club in Atlanta for Hype Plus News, I'm Jenae.
All right. So that was long video, but it pretty much explained everything in terms of the report, right?
Yeah.
So I know to answer the last part about, why is this being talked about and not talked about other marriages or whatever? Well, because this woman was had a social media presence. And so since she had a social media presence, you could identify this couple better than any other couple. That doesn't mean that others it doesn't happen to, but let's go to the things that's kind of fishy to me. I find it kind of hard to believe that someone would go through all of this to on the way to get married and to just unalive themselves. That's the part that doesn't make any sense. If if everything was happy with you and him and the family or whatever, and y'all were having a great trip, why on that trip does that happen? Zacchaeus, you did a live word of the day about it. You express your views on it. I'll let you go.
Let me tell you, she went away to Tanzania.
Yeah.
Tanzania with her soon-to-be fiance.
Right.
And they were going to celebrate her 31st birthday. Her 31st birthday.
Yep.
And she was happy to be with him. But during the course of the trip, they had to separate them because they had a full-blown argument.
Mm-hmm.
On the trip, while they were on the trip in Tanzania and Africa. They had a full-blown argument. The argument was so bad that they had to separate rooms.
Yep.
They separate the rooms, and this is where it gets fishy. When they separated the rooms, this is what I believe. When they separated the rooms, because they were so apart from each other, away from each other, he came into the room to try to talk to her, maybe try to reason with her, and it still blew up into an argument, and one thing led to the next, and he wound up putting hands around her, and because his report is, I think his name is John or something like that. He's saying that she called her mother up and saying that she took unalived herself, she hung herself and all this stuff, but the parents are not falling for it. They're not falling for it because how you had an argument with her, a blow up with her, and it happens. Sometimes things you explosive arguments, and if you don't get out of that room, one thing can lead, it can spiral out of control, and one thing can lead to the next, and next thing you know, you put your hands around her, and that's what happened. I believe that's what happened. I don't believe that she is in Tanzania celebrating her 31st birthday, and she's young, full of life. She has a huge social media following and influencer. So what makes you think that she'll go all the way, leave America, go all the way to Tanzania, then to unalive herself? I don't believe that for one bit. Not one bit at all. So, nah.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense, but it's very interesting that when she went to the hospital, it was almost like, well, we're not going to look for foul play. She just offed herself. Like, it was very quick.
Yeah. They didn't want to jump into detail. They didn't want to. They said that they found marks around her neck. Why would a 31-year-old female go all the way to Tanzania, leave America, go all the way to Tanzania and do that to herself? Yeah. But I guess people focus on what she said on social media about black men. And this is the only thing I have with her is that I'm gonna say this, that she think by going with a white guy, but rest her soul, Jenae think by going with a white guy that life would be better. And the problem is that you're looking at, because maybe black men in the past has dogged her out, and some of us and some sisters do choose the wrong men, and they just happen to be black.
Yeah.
And but just because you go with a white man doesn't make it just peaches and cream, because, and this is a mistake that some people make, that he has white guys, they got money and blah blah blah, they got the resources, they take care of me, money, but not they fail to look at the character.
Right.
You fail to look at the character. You think because he's white, he got money, and the focus. See, the downfall of a lot of these women is they focus on the money factor. They don't focus on the character. They don't focus on, well, is he a real man for me? Does he fit me? Is he compatible with me? Does he compliment me? They just focus on money, and she jumped to the conclusion that black men are they don't treat you too good, they don't treat you too well. And the last sister's talking about, well, but not only white men guys kill them, but y'all don't say nothing when black men do it. Oh no. We do mention something when black.
Yeah, we do, but it's just not about race.
It's not about race.
It's not about race.
We're not looking at race. We're looking at what happened to Jenae.
What happened to
yeah.
Well, also, and this is the disingenuous part about that last person's comment on her content, is that when it's the other way around, y'all celebrate when a white woman kills her black man. Not all, but remember there was a situation, if I'm not mistaken, right? Months ago? Yeah. It was before the year ended. Remember that guy was talking all that bunny hopping stuff?
Right.
And he ended up being stabbed by his girl, right?
Right.
Yeah, there wasn't no empathy for him.
Nope.
From sisters, because he had down the sisters. Now, here's my thing, right? Because I'm gonna keep it real. A person is a person, but dogging your people on the way out is a problem. I do have a problem with that. Because if you want to go, if you want to go outside, go outside. But why you got to dog your own people though?
Yeah.
Because not everyone does that. Not everyone who goes outside disrespects is gonna go on the internet every day and disrespect their culture.
I mean, to me,
you don't have to do that if you're
exactly.
gonna. Yeah, go ahead, Zacchaeus.
That means it tells me that you have a self-hate.
Yeah,
a self-hate, and you think by buddying up or dating another race is going to make things better. And the thing is that, believe it or not, they may not like Reverend Al or Malcolm X or people that speak up for or people that spoke up for Black people. They may not like them, but guess what? They respect them. You may not like me, but you respect them. Now, if you have a self-hate for yourself, how you expect me to respect you? If you have a self-hate for yourself and you don't like your race, you think your people are, you think your people that you come from that you don't like your skin color and you don't like Black men and you don't like Black women. How you think they're going to respect and even some, if they're smart, some people say, oh, you just dating me because I'm white. You're not really dating me because of who I am or how I treat you, but you're dating me because I'm this. They don't respect that. They don't respect that at one bit at all. They don't respect that. If you can't respect yourself, how are you going to respect other people anyway? You don't have no respect for yourself. You can't come on the internet and just blazing your people and talking bad about your race and talking bad about this Black and you look at yourself in the mirror, you Black, so that means you have a self-hate for yourself, and so that means your mom is that way, your dad is that way. It's a self-hate. It's a self-hate.
Yeah,
and that's not respected.
And I'm sure he saw that.
Yeah,
because now he's when you waver off your help when you need it, it doesn't come.
Mm-hmm. Hello.
If anybody knows what I'm trying to say.
Yep.
So one of the things that really just goes into the whole interracial thing. I don't think someone has self-hate for themselves when they step out. But I do think you have self-hate for yourself is that in the act of stepping out, then now you disrespect your own people.
Yes.
That's what I think the self-hate comes in right there.
You could go on the internet online and say Black men is this and you're dating outside. Nothing wrong with you dating outside, but you're saying that you don't like your Black woman or you don't like your Black man, then
she said that she wanted mixed kids. So like her dream and desire was to have mixed kids. So your desire is to dilute your bloodline.
Right.
That also tells me that you have self-hate, because what's wrong with having kids that look like you?
Right. Hello.
Now I'm not saying she deserved it. I'm not saying that she didn't deserve that, and I think they should look into that boyfriend.
Right.
Because a bad argument shouldn't lead to somebody's death.
No.
I don't care what y'all had going on.
Exactly.
That doesn't lead to her it's kind of odd that a Black woman would, because she's still a Black woman, right?
Yeah.
I don't know where she's from, because I know somebody asked the question, well, she Black American? Is she from Africa? Is she from whatever? I don't know about all of that, but I can understand why that's being brought up as a means to know exactly where somebody's cultural pride comes from. Okay, then maybe that could draw the conversation, but then I don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. They didn't emphasize on that.
Right, right. But the point is that not often you would hear a Black woman just hang herself. Remember, they tried to say the same thing about what's the activist who the police arrested, and then they said that she hung herself with a plastic bag in the prison cell.
Oh, wait a minute, in a prison cell.
Yeah,
Oh,
man, this was like years ago.
this is Sandra Bland. No, that's Sandra.
Sandra, it was a Sandra Bland. Let me
Sandra
see.
Bland. I'm thinking.
You might be right. You might be right, brother.
Sandra Bland.
Yeah, Sandra Bland.
Yeah.
So that doesn't happen often.
No.
You know, but I get why some people would say, well, maybe if she's from another country where black people didn't get lynched in their history, then maybe so. I don't know.
Right, we don't know that. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But, you know, if you want to bunny hop, I mean, that's your own business. And I'm not speaking against like anybody of another community. But what I'm saying is, I don't think it's the other way around, right? Let's just say somebody white, right, started downing their people to get with somebody black. That's wrong too.
That's wrong too. Yeah.
You can simultaneously love who you are and your culture and someone else's, and you be just fine.
You be just fine. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that. You're not excluding.
Right.
You know, you're including.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, hey, everybody has their opinions on that. But
yeah.
Zacchaeus, you got any more to say about the story?
Just rest in peace to Ashlee Jenae. Hoping she gets justice.
You know, it's kind of hard to get that when it happens in a foreign land. You remember the woman that we did a report on that got killed, who got unalived in Mexico?
Yeah, Shanquilla Robinson.
Yeah, there's still no justice for that. There's still no justice for that.
Yeah, these people walking scot-free.
That's another thing. When you're from here, this is what I want people to be wise about. I know things happen here and you don't get justice. But it's even worse when you're from here and you get unalived or die in a foreign land. It's even worse.
Yeah.
Especially when you have our complexion.
Yeah. Cabo 6 is still walking free. Yeah. Man. Still walking free. Yeah. Still walking free. Yeah. Sad. Yeah.
So,
yes.
Respects to the family. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Respects to the family, regardless of what this woman was talking about. You know, I could go deep into that, but it is what it is. She made her choice with the man that she wanted to be with, and that's fine.
Yeah.
You know, you still don't deserve to be executed, you know, because of that. But I just want other sisters to understand this, that don't just check off the box list because you want to get with a white person and the person's just white. You need to make sure that white man that you with is respectful, kind, and not only loves you, but loves your people, because, you know, that goes for any man.
Yeah.
Y'all need to stop checking off your boxes because the man got money.
Exactly. Hello.
That's not what you do.
Hello. Yeah.
You got women who are upholding and glorifying the wrong kind of men to be with, and it's all for that dollar, man.
That bag. Yeah.
Come on, man. There's more to that.
Yeah.
You know. Mm-hmm. You know, God forbid she got with the wrong, you know, brother with the bag and this happened. It'd still be tragedy regardless.
Exactly.
But the reason why she's highlighted is because she made a social media presence of crapping on black men.
Yeah.
To get with the man that, you know, that she thought was going to be the one that would protect her. And now look what happened.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because she didn't vet good enough.
Right.
I mean, that's the assumption. No disrespect.
Yeah.
No disrespect. And like I said, I'm not hating on nobody, man. I love everybody. Right? But don't be with somebody for the sake of, you know, being a bigot.
Right.
You know, you were being a bigot towards your own to the men of your race. It's still bigotry whether you black or not.
It is, yes. A bias, yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's a shame. It really is a shame because, you know, she'd probably still be here if she didn't go to Tanzania.
Right. Yeah. You got the money, could take me to Tanzania, and he's spoiling me on my 31st birthday, and yeah.
Hey, look, shout outs to the women who have men in their lives who spoil them in any capacity that they do. Right? In any capacity that they do. Because not everybody could do Tanzania.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But shout outs to them. But make sure that man is the right man for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And stop just looking at the dollar signs. The dollar signs do not promise you a solid man, regardless of what color he is.
Or promise you peaches and cream.
And fellas, same thing with women, man. Money don't promise you a solid woman, no matter what color she is.
Exactly.
Since we speak in general, you know what I'm saying? All right, let's move on. Now, earlier this week, over the weekend, or whatever day it was, rapper Ice Spice was attacked by a stranger at a McDonald's. They're calling the person a fan. That's not a fan if she walks up to you and smacks you.
The girl called herself a fan. She wanted to give her bigger up and give and tell her that I admire you, but the thing is that why you putting your hands on somebody? If she's rude to you, walk away. Say, okay, I'm not gonna support you anymore. Why are you putting hands on somebody if she's rude to you? I mean, she's totally wrong. I guess Ice Spice, they could say that they said Ice Spice is the public figure and she said something rude to her, but it doesn't give that person the right to put hands on her. It doesn't give it right. Let's take the video out. There's Ice Spice sitting right there with her friend.
With the hoodie.
With the hoodie, yep.
Ready for what? Shake ass. You shake ass? That's what you do, you shake ass? So shake ass. So you from Cali? So go shake ass. So you from Cali? Are you from Cali? Are you from Cali? Where you from? Are you from Cali? I'm from Chirac. Where you from? Oh, you're from Chirac. Yeah. So where you from? So where you from? I'm from McDonald's. I'm from Wayne. Are you okay? Are you with them? I'm not with them. My friend right here. They just came here right now. But you're the one got into them that I'm here, right? I didn't know. They didn't know he was here. You were thinking that way. They didn't know he was here. No, why should you just miss one? Are you good? Got my phone? Yeah, sure. Fuck y'all. That's why. Fuck you and that bitch. Alright. Why is that bitch talking? Why would I relax and cut her? She's drunk. Yo, what the f***? That really was Ice Spice. That's really Ice Spice. What the f*** you end that? Alright. What the f*** happened? Why is that? Oh no, she's drunk, but just relax. Why would I relax if she's touching? She's drunk. Where is she? Where is she? No. Why would I let it go? Why would I let it go?
Ice Spice. It's going viral. Next time, I'm saying
You gonna spank a bitch?
Wait, calm down.
Let me spank her.
Calm down.
Or your mama. Let me spank her. Let me spank a Why would you wanna fight me? Are you a bitch?
Calm down.
You wanna fight a bitch? Why would you fight me, bitch? You 120 pounds. Let's get at it then. Let's get at it then.
Calm down.
Y'all think cause the famous? You from what? You. Where you from?
What happened? I don't
What
understand.
the you mean what happened?
I wasn't. Get off her
You
shit.
wasn't there. Where she at? Where she at? And why the you wanna record? It's funny.
Hey, don't jump her. Hey, don't push him though. Don't push him though. Don't push him because he can't hit you the back. Don't push him. Calm down. All right, but calm down.
All right, that's enough.
Yeah. Wow.
Zacchaeus, I think that was a setup.
You think so?
Yeah, because the guy said, "Ooh, we about to go viral now."
See?
Did you hear that?
Yeah, so that girl went in there just to start with her.
Yeah. Ice Spice was in there just with her and that one friend, whoever the heck that is.
Yeah. And that girl just came up to her.
No security. Ice is a woman.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm glad men didn't get physical with her. But what would have happened if men would have got physical?
She got locked up right away.
She would beyond that. She wouldn't be able to defend herself.
No, she would not be. She's a woman. She's a young woman. She won't be able to defend herself. No. And I didn't. And one thing that was strange, I didn't see any.
Well, she needs security from other women.
Yeah,
see, it's not just. So I guess here's the point that I'm making. Right? Maybe Ice didn't think a woman would do this.
Right.
But the thing is, it's to protect you from anybody.
Anybody. Yeah.
And so the woman. I saw violence probably before Ice did.
Yeah.
I could tell there was going to be violence because the woman came up there and her energy was not good. You leaning forward on somebody, men, we understand the threat of violence a lot better than women do.
Yeah.
I knew it wasn't going to look good right then and there.
Right.
My spidey senses would have been going off like, oh, nah, this don't look good. The leaning in the face, the how she was talking.
Right.
Where you from and all that? Because obviously this didn't happen in New York, right?
Right.
So Ice is an out of towner where they're at.
Los Angeles.
Right. And the whole thing where you from stuff, like, it wasn't nice to begin with. You could just tell. Go ahead, Zacchaeus.
Yeah, where you from usually to us in New York City, mean like you ready to set it off, you know?
Yeah.
Get ready to set it off. And my thing is this, that they kind of knew that Ice Spice was sitting in there from the get-go, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So she walked in with the intentions of getting a reaction from Ice Spice. I don't think that she said that I think she lied when she was arrested. I think she lied and said that she was that she's a fan of Ice Spice. She's a fan, and she's trying to get to compliment her on her music, compliment her on her on just who she is, Ice Spice. And her friend, she thought by just approaching Ice Spice but she didn't expect Ice Spice to be so rude. She said that Ice Spice verbally attacked her. Now, even if a celebrity verbally attack you or verbally say, get away from me, doesn't mean that you have to throw your hands up and put hands on her. I had a celebrity years and years ago that I ran into years ago in the 90s when I was in the Jamaican Independence Day boat ride that I went to put my hand out to shake his hand and he just looked at me like I had 7 heads and was very, very just standoffish and rude, and I didn't support his music. I said, nope, not gonna support his music, not gonna deal with him no more, not gonna support him like that at all. On social, I just not gonna deal with him. She could have done that, but I think it was maybe to get hype and for maybe a publicity stunt too. But she said that Ice Spice verbally attacked her, but doesn't give you the right to put your hands on Ice Spice anyway.
That's not what happened when we see the video.
Yeah.
So yeah, she did lie. Ice Spice did not verbally attack her.
That's what she said. And she said that she made a video on it where she said Ice Spice verbally attacked her. Ice Spice was rude and very disrespectful to her. As she asked Ice Spice where she's from, and she said, "Well, you're from New York. Well, you're in my town, and we don't do that. We don't disrespect people like that." Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
As you can see, I think we see who was disrespectful.
Right.
Because she came up talking about, I don't know what she said. It sounded a bit unclear.
Where you from?
But she started off, her energy was bad. Her energy was bad, B.
If she was a fan, do you think she would approach Ice Spice like that? No.
No. That's why I don't think she was. That's why I wouldn't call her a fan. Let's put it like this. The term fan is very vague, right?
Right.
What I think happened. So this is what I think happened. What I think happened was this was someone who maybe listened to some stuff on Ice Spice and probably thought, let me see if I can get a little reaction out of her. But does she respect Ice? No.
No.
I don't think she does. Because why would you act like that? Why would you act like that?
Why would you get in her face like that? Yeah, why would you ask her why would you approach her like that? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think she was very disrespectful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, like it's all about your approach. No, it's true.
But she needs security though, man.
Yes, she does.
Because I'm
surprised security was around her. I'm surprised that she had an entourage.
That could happen again.
Yeah. Yeah, she needs an entourage. You're a public figure. You're an artist, a well-known artist, established artist. You should have security around you. You should not be walking, just going to McDonald's. Anything can happen.
I mean, and look, sucks, right? But it's just for her safety. I'm concerned for her safety, man, because that could have went bad. And the guy, because remember how mad the guy was getting.
Exactly. And
Ice was like, nah, let me fight her. And then when they was talking, she goes, well, you ain't nothing but 150 pounds. Let's go then.
Nah, man.
That could have went very, let me tell you something. That could have went very bad if she would have got jumped.
Yeah, that would have been bad.
Because that girl she was with wasn't stopping nothing. She would have got jumped too.
Yeah. So for her sake, her safety, she needs an entourage. You need security. You need to invest. She needs to get that. And her team. They're about to sue McDonald's. They're about to sue McDonald's on security purposes. She can't walk around like that.
Yeah. No, for real, like I'm legit concerned about Ice, man. Because I'm telling you, you know what happens? Sometimes when people see somebody get tested one time, then it's always somebody else who wants to see if they can test you too.
Yeah, so at this moment, at this time, she needs security. She can't walk around just going to LA, going to different cities, going to different countries. You need to have a little team around you.
Yeah.
You do. You can't just, because, you walk around like that. No, can't do it. Nope.
Yeah,
nope.
I don't think it's safe.
It's not safe at all. No, not at all, man.
Yeah. So, man, I mean, what did we learn? Also, I want to get into this. Ice Spice was talking about so she pressed charges on a woman, right?
Yes, she pressed charges on a woman. She got arrested, actually.
But then it's also said that that she's pressing charges. No, that she's suing McDonald's for lack of security.
Yes, lack of security. McDonald's. Now, does McDonald's? I don't go to McDonald's so much. Does McDonald's have security there?
No. Well, not all of them. No.
Not all of them. Yeah.
Some high crime areas do.
Yeah. So, to me, I still think her answer is an entourage, like a little security team. That's my opinion. She's. What we can learn from this situation. Be careful where you go. Be careful. It's all about your approach. Be careful where you go. Be careful who you surround yourself with. Well, be aware. Be aware of your surroundings as well. And for her sake, for a message towards Ice Spice, it's good to have a little, because of who you are and and you're a hip hop artist known. You should definitely walk around with a security, because, like what Fifth said, this could be sometimes somebody's gonna test. It's gonna happen again if they see you alone. So for safety purposes, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really a shame, man.
Yeah. And yeah, and I heard that other fans are looking at this and people making comments, and you're human. You will try to defend yourself. You're human, but still, when you have that, you're in a public eye, you got to be more careful, more than the average person.
Yeah,
even more careful. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
Well, you think she could actually get something out of suing McDonald's for this, because it's going to be per location, right?
Yeah.
So it may not be like corporate McDonald's, but I mean, it's going to be like a case by case. I don't think she's going to win the McDonald's part. I have a hard time thinking she'll win that one.
I don't think so, because to me, there people. The news is saying that they probably were both wrong. She shouldn't have said that. Ice Spice should have said this to her, and the girl shouldn't have attacked her physically. So I don't know. And you walk into McDonald's. If you could sue McDonald's for burning a hot beverage on you,
yeah.
You sue McDonald's for physical confrontation, I don't know. It's because they said that since you're a superstar, it's your responsibility to have protection around you.
Mm-hmm.
Since you're a superstar, and the walk. I don't know if she'll win that. I don't know if she'll win that. I don't think so. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, man. Her team is trying to sue McDonald's, but I don't know. See what happens. Yeah, man. Yeah. Oh, man.
Man. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Well, man, was there anything else we was going to talk about today, man? Because I forgot.
No, those are the only two things I wanted to discuss on the Mr. Z and Fifth show, man. And yeah. That's the only two things I want to address that stood out to me today. And yeah, man. But I want to say, people, thanks for tuning in for our show, man. And
yeah. And
also advertise for the Fifth at Night show.
Yeah.
Every Monday, I believe it's every Monday.
Yeah, every Monday.
Yeah. Check out check out the lives on TikTok too as well. Fifth General TV Live on TikTok. Check out Zacchaeus Gospel on YouTube. Zacchaeus on YouTube. So check us out. We coming up with more stuff, you know. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Just let the people know where they can reach you at, man. And
you can reach me Zacchaeus Gospel Soca on YouTube. You can also reach me on Instagram. Zacchaeus Gospel on Zacchaeus Music on Instagram, and Wayne Backus Gospel on Instagram. TikTok, Zacchaeus Music on TikTok as well. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, y'all can reach me at the Fifth General, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And thanks for rocking with us.
Yeah, man.
Thanks for being with us and just supporting us, and we appreciate everything that y'all have for us. You know what I'm saying? As someone who's just a supporter of what we do, me and this brother right here, you know what I'm saying? And we'll see y'all next time, all right? This was another episode of Mr. Z and Fifth signing off. Let me play a little outro commercial for y'all, man, just so y'all can kind of know, all right?
Your love is rated X. That means you're extra.